we started to look at what we called critical controls and saying, when everything else goes wrong, when everything else fails, when all our prevention doesn't work, what do we have? And that was the start of thinking. We took some inspiration from a colleague who helped us out, and they coined this phrase, the Fatal Five, and it was all about looking at your critical risks of your operation, not holding handrails, not wearing PPE, not doing risk assessments. Like, what's the stuff that kills people? What's the stuff when it really goes wrong is really going to damage your business? And there are always 4 or 5 things that you could probably pick on. And we looked at those, and then we looked at, okay, so how good are our controls in that space? And started to focus on the effectiveness of controls that allowed us to operate with these critical risks. And the view that I changed from that point, up to that point, I was almost in a belief that you could prevent everything from happening. And the honest reality is that you start to realize that you can't, that you're always going to have to work at 75 meters high, or you're going to have to lift things that weigh 40 tons, or you're going to have big cranes that move stuff, and you're going to have to put people at sea, which in itself is a dangerous thing. So you cannot prevent that. You can't stop that. And there's no real innovation and technology. And even today, right, the technological advances we have, and the almost the 4th industrial revolution is really that you can't eliminate everything and you can't prevent everything. So you have to find a way of building resilience or building capacity so as you're able to carry out those tasks in a way that when it fails, not if it fails, but when it fails, that people don't get seriously injured or killed as a result of doing work. And that's where we really started it. That's the sort of, was started with the main thrust. But then you quickly realize that that's just, if you like, focusing on stuff we've already been doing through risk assessment. And as good as that was, it only really got us 20% of the way. So we started to ask ourselves, what's going to take us, more closer to the destination, closer to our ambition? And we realized then that if you talk to the employees and the people really at the sharp end of your business, what matters to them is how they are respected, believed, understood, listened to. And then you explore that a little more and you find that they don't trust leaders. They don't trust your supervisors. They don't trust management generally because they don't live in the real world, according to them. So you get this view that says workers see managers as the problem and managers see workers as the problem. And neither group are right. The real problem is that there's a work as we imagine it, and then there's the reality of getting the job done. And I think that was the first sort of opening of my eyes, and it's been reinforced by others after that, with work that Holnagel did and Decker and the whole sort of Safety 2 movement around, this work in reality versus work as we imagine it.